160 kilometers, one historic border. I'm cycling the entire route of the Berlin Wall, not just to explore the past, but to build towards a future goal, running a sub 3 hour marathon. This is how cross-training meets history. So today I'm riding the full loop of the Berlin Wall Trail, also known as the Berlin-Mauer Weg. It circles the old border between East and West Berlin, the line where families were divided and people risked their lives for freedom. Now it's a 160 kilometer trail, which you can run or ride. For me, it's also a great test of endurance and a great way to see how I'm progressing towards the marathon in September. My goal, to ride the entire thing in one go, stopping at a few historical points, testing my ability to go over a longer distance, and of course, having a great day out with mates. We started at the Brandenburg Gate, but we're pretty quickly on to the East Side Gallery, the longest surviving part of the Berlin Wall. Once a symbol of separation, now covered in beautiful art and probably the most Instagrammable part of the entire route. From here we headed south, tracing the old border through quiet side streets and back roads. The idea today is a steady effort, similar to a long run. Not racing, just staying aerobic, fueling smart and soaking in where I am. Cycling like this is perfect for marathon training. It's low impact, so I recover faster than I would after a long run, but it still builds the aerobic endurance, the mental stamina and the leg strength. Once we left the city centre, the wall route gets pretty quiet. The death strip, once cleared for guards and patrols, is now a beautiful green corridor. Trees, birds and canals, reclaiming what division has left behind. This is one of the weirdest parts. You're riding a beautiful trail, but just 30 years ago, this was a militarised zone with guards, watchtowers and barbed wire. For training, this was a great section. I got pretty much uninterrupted effort, just like marathon pace, and a chance to really dial in the nutrition, fueling and mental focus. It's also a reminder that not every session has to be a run. Cross-training is a great way to keep things fresh, especially mentally. Some parts of this loop hit harder than others. Bernauer Strasse is one of them. This is where a lot of escape attempts happened, where tunnels were dug, where people leapt from windows in desperation. More than 100 people died trying to cross this wall. That's easy to forget when you're pedaling through sunshine and trees. Being here, mid-ride, mid-effort, really puts things into perspective. Endurance is hard, but this reminds me to be grateful for so many things. At this point, I'm over 100 kilometers in, legs are tired, the sun's out, and I'm starting to feel the work. But this is the good stuff, the stuff that mimics the marathon situation the best. Not the first 10 kilometers when things are easy, but the final 15, 20 kilometers when things get really hard. Or in the marathon, the final 5 to 10. Hopefully. 160 kilometers later, and we're back where we started. Well, almost all of us. Don't worry, we didn't drop anyone. Some people just stopped off at their houses as we passed them on the route. Tired, hungry, but satisfied. This is more than a ride. It was a loop through history and a reminder that training isn't just physical. If you're training for a marathon, don't sleep on cross-training. Things like this build your engine, give your joints a break, and keep training fun, especially on recovery weeks. Thanks for riding with me. If you like this mix of endurance, cross-training and history, well, give me a like, a subscribe, and let me know what's your favourite way to cross-train. And as always, I'll see you soon as we continue that race to sub 3.